I know this is really similar to saying, like, would you rather, like, go to the bottom of the ocean or be in space? But would you rather spend 9 months on a submarine or on a spaceship?
It should be an easy question to answer, but it isn't.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Because realistically, I would like to see what's on, like, at the bottom of the deep blue sea. But at the same time, imagine just staring at planet Earth. Both are really difficult to achieve. But I feel like majority of the time in space, you'd have something to look at.
Yeah.
But underwater, under the water, you can't, like, every now and then you might see something. Or you could spend 9 months down there and not see anything.
Yeah, but the thing about submarines is, like, the only thing you're going to look at is a radar because they don't have windows.
They do.
They don't.
Basically, I spent 25 minutes in a TikTok hole about submarines yesterday, and there's like evidence of them like seeing sharks and stuff. In a submarine, yeah.
Through a window.
I look like a window. It might have been a camera, I don't know, but they still like were reacting to it in real time.
Oh.
So like, you're looking at space all the time, and like you can, I don't know.
Do you know what? I'm thinking submarines are much more common than spaceships, right? Are they classed as spaceships so they fly through space? They kind of just get propelled.
Wait, a spaceship's classed as spaceships? Are you talking about submarines?
No, I'm talking about like the shuttles that people go up in. Are they classed as spaceships? Because I wouldn't think that they are a spaceship because they don't fly through space. They just get blasted off Earth and then kind of go with the gravity.
Well, I guess they're still kind of like cruising through space a little bit.
Yeah.
Just not through their own energy and fuel. It's just like through.
The
trajectory. I would pick the spaceship based off of your logic because you are actively being like moved by gravity, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Whereas under the water, you're being like pushed through with the. Really interesting though. On the submarines, you know, they have to cover up the propeller at the back because it produces its own like fingerprint. Like a radar fingerprint. So if enemies can like interject it and they can find it, then they know what your fingerprint is. They'll know which country you're from, and they'll be able to detect you in the future.
Oh shit!
And they also have people who their sole job is to kind of like scrape barnacles off them.
Oh wow!
Off the propellers, and this just makes me think. We're sitting here right now. There's someone somewhere scraping barnacles off a submarine.
Yeah. That's mad. There's also probably someone... Well, is there anybody in space at the moment? Is everybody on the planet right now?
Oh, you never know.
Is everybody home?
Is
everybody dialable right now?
Good question. If you are technically not classed as at home because you're in like a spaceship, are you technically classed as not at home if you're equally as distant but in the sea?
I feel like being in like on Earth is like your home, like on planet Earth, whereas like if you're up in space,
let me tell you, the bottom of that ocean is not a home.
No.
It's not our home. That belongs to the megalodons.
I'm just thinking submarines would be safer because they are much more common. But spaceships, because they aren't as common, could be safer. I wouldn't want to go in an American one, no offense America, but like there's something going on over there with your space programs.
NASA.
What's that, NASA? Fucking Katy Perry going up there.
Is she?
How have you not seen that?
I've not seen Katy Perry with space.
Where have you been?
Not there.
You've been in some different places. Katy Perry went to space.
I've been looking at the bottom of the ocean.
Katy Perry went to space with a fucking daisy. And there was a group of them, a group of women that went to space. But they didn't really go to space. They kind of like floated in the upper atmosphere. Like where that Red Bull guy jumped from.
Oh.
Yeah. But they came back down and they were like, oh, we're astronauts. And everyone they were not kind.
Really?
No, we're not kind at all. And I think that they were expecting a much better reception when they got back, but they were not kind.
When you say that you took a daisy, do you mean a flower?
Yeah.
Out of everything you could take, why would you take a daisy?
Yeah. Honestly, it's someone else. There was a group of women that went up there, and if I'm totally honest, the idea of it I got, because when they went up there it was a whole thing about feminism, and it's like there's like a whole thing where they were like, take up space as like a woman, like don't be afraid to take up space. But the reception was not kind because they obviously spent millions to go up and float up there for like 15 minutes and then come back down again, and they all thought they were going to get off that ship and be like the next fucking Buzz Aldrin, but they were not received kindly.
I mean, don't get too political, and I'm great if that's what they're doing for feminism, but these people and that money they spent definitely could have gone to help some women in far dire positions than them. Oh, I think that's hit a nerve, actually.
Yeah, it was really, if I'm honest, it's quite distasteful.
I don't fuck with that.
Yeah, and I think they really expected a much better reception. I really don't know what, like, conference room tables, how many people that went through before someone said, guys, I really don't think this is a good idea.
Yeah. Oh, really? That's pretty sure that's probably a good thing I didn't see that.
Yeah.
I would have been on in a comment era, I feel.
It's kind of mad, to be fair. I'm pretty sure that this might be completely wrong, but I'm pretty sure that Jeff Bezos' wife went. It was like a multi-billionaire, like... They were all really witch...
Honestly, I understand. You got wanker and rich confused, and it came out as witch. Exactly.
I wanted to say rich women.
Which women? Which women? All right, Scooby.
Which women?
It's really hot.
It is a bit warm, actually. The weather has been so fucking random recently. No worries. No comment.
I think that is honestly the first time for years that I've genuinely had nothing going on. When I tell you I didn't process one thing, I didn't have one thought in my head then. I completely blacked out.
That's fair. Weather's pretty boring, actually. Feeling poorly.
That was really weird. I don't think I've ever felt like that. There, I had nothing.
That's kind of mad.
Embracing for thought.
I normally do one, but I was like...
Super duper comfort.
H, comfort. I'm so comfortable.
So concerned. Aye.
My brain is just not operating at the moment, if I'm totally honest.
Neither. I feel like I've contributed fuck all to this video so far. I can't make any sense.
I feel like you've been very instrumental. What do you think is the most recognisable, like, theme tune?
Like a jingle.
Yeah. Like a jingle.
Auto glass repair, auto glass replace.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh wait, 100 00 1066. Or Lally Callie, the cutie cute. Oh yeah.
What's the other one? My Little Pony.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say, what's that for? What's going on?
It's actually the theme tune for very large elephants that don't belong to you.
It's elephant, the opposite to pony.
Yeah. That's what came to mind, actually, even though they look the most similar in the animal kingdom. Maybe a bird. What do you think would be the opposite of a horse? Like a dung beetle?
Maybe, because horses like get a lot of flies around them.
Yeah, horseflies.
I mean, actually, but they're probably quite linked in the food chain process because, or it's just in the natural cycle of life because horses do big poos. Dung beetle.
Do you want some water or something?
Dung beetle.
The dung beetle.
Dung people. They could be people if they want to be.
What do you think? What do you think would be the personality of a dung beetle if a witch turned it into a human?
You love witches.
I know.
Ooh, I've got a point off this. Probably just like a mob gangster, not really, like, but one that actually like gets their hands dirty.
Yeah, like an enforcer.
Yeah.
I reckon they'd have like a Brummy accent as well.
Like the white rat in Flushed Away.
Yeah.
With the pink eyes.
Or the
henchman.
I can't tell if the inflection was on hench or
I was
man.
supposed to be like the henchman.
The henchman!
The henchman!
It's just one man that's really hench.
Yeah.
You gotta have one in the cycle of mob gangs.
Mobbery.
Mobbery. Mobsterness.
That would be the best. Yeah, I love that. What's your profession? You want to fuck with me? I'm in mobbery.
I'm a mobber. I've got myself into a right mobble.
Mobble?
It's a mob-related problem.
Help me. I'm involved in a mobble. You're involved in a mobbery! The mobbers are coming.
There's like a whole portion of the like police department that are just for like mobbery.
Mobbery, yeah.
The judge is like, I sentence you to 5 years mobbery!
I find you guilty of mobbery. Prison.
No. You've got to go out and sort other mobbles.
What?
Do you think that would, like... I wonder if that actually would be a better, like, rehabilitation if, like, criminals had to become police officers.
I don't know if that would necessarily be like, I don't know, I don't think that would work really.
Yeah, but like only if they like sat behind a desk and just like saw all of the other criminals that were coming through, like did all of like the paperwork.
If it was me, I'd probably just like make sure they got out.
That's a good point.
I'm not going to enforce it for them. Yeah. You'd become the one you most hate.
Yeah, that's the point.
I assume.
Yeah.
It's like the Stanford prison experiment. Terrifying.
Yeah, that is awful. I always used to fall down the hole of the Stanford prison experiment and the no sleep experiment.
That one I don't like. That really is just like made me wildly unsettled.
Yeah.
Did you just breathe really loudly? I just had like a deflating.
I don't recall. I might have. I can't breathe through my nose, so it might be that.
If not, I don't know where it came from.
Apparently I was snoring last night and it was really awkward.
It's not that I've got nothing. I'm a snorer.
I couldn't breathe through my nose.
That's such a good point though. Like, I get it because I've been in bed next to people that snore and fuck me, it's annoying. But I can't help it. So when people get annoyed at me for snoring, to be honest, I'm asleep, so I don't really care.
Yeah.
And it makes me a bit uncomfortable, like if I fall asleep on a train, I'm like, oh, I could be really disturbing people. But at the same time, I'm in my own peace.
I've woken up multiple times getting my lashes done by snoring.
Oh, but that's the thing, like, it shouldn't really bother them. You're like, oh, we're relaxed and at peace.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it can be annoying, but if it's not pissing me off, then I don't really care because I'm not conscious anyway.
Yeah, it's only ever one position, and it's only ever when I'm on my back that I snore.
That's supposed to be the
But
best
without
one
a
to
pillow.
stop you to snore.
If I'm like just on my back, like without a pillow, like
Oh,
my
with your
head's
tin-
just on
Tin. What? With your chin tucked in.
with me tin on.
With your tin hat.
Your plat's really distracting me.
Why? It's falling out.
You had a point that you were gonna say.
Oh yeah, that's the best way to sleep is to go open your airways. Oh, it's with your head back and your arms up.
That's yeah, I just go like that.
That's polite.
It's like puppy snoring.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's polite.
It is. It does make me a bit like even when I'm on the first time I flew on my own and I was on a plane. Funny enough.
Yeah.
As opposed to a flying bike.
After you discovered that you had wings.
Yeah, decided to put my broomstick down that day and actually take a plane as transport for once. Just to clarify. I put my head down to kip and I thought, actually, I probably shouldn't do that because I know I snore and I'm going to be like this.
Yeah.
It's not very polite to the people around me. And then I was like, do you know what? If I need to sleep, I'm probably going to do it. I didn't. It felt too bad. But in my bad bitchery when I'm on my own, I'm always like, oh, I can do this if I want to.
Yeah. I feel like if someone was snoring next to me, I'd be like, you sleep. You sleep, my friend.
Oh, that was really good.
That was Chris.
She's really good.
She's really good.
That was quite satisfying, actually. That sounded like a proper Foley, like, American cracking open a buddy.
There's a bit that just launched over there.
I was like,
Where? I find it so strange that some drinks aren't the colour of the can.
No, I definitely agree with you.
Like, I find it quite disconcerting.
I actually said this at work the other day. I opened a gin, and I think it was like pink grapefruit, and it came out orange.
I guess grapefruits are technically oranges, right? Grapefruit.
Why can't we say anything today?
Auto glass repair. Auto glass replace.
What was your favourite, like, playground, like, game to play? Like, Bulldog, Slapsies, Knuckles, Conkers, Duck Duck Goose. If you don't have experience with that,
Yeah, I was just. I didn't want to like ruin the moment, but I didn't really.
or maybe like solo play. To be condescending. I'm sorry.
It was more what you said than how you said it.
What's that supposed to be? Wait, what? Ah! Filthy girl. Talking about school games. Oh. Here's me worried I'd offended you. I fucking. Oh. Now I dropped my Pepsi on it. It looks like I pissed myself.
Oh God.
Do you know what my favourite thing should be right now? Just quiet time.
Oh my God, that was fucking brilliant. I was so worried you were going to fall out that door.
It's usually me that clocks that stuff. I didn't even mean to. I'm just digging myself a hole now.
I thought that you were laughing at that.
No, I was laughing at the thought that I felt so bad that it sounded really condescending. I didn't mean to say it like that.
Maybe so like play.
Maybe you're lonely. I really didn't mean it like that.
All I could think about was like everybody at my school always used to have like marriages, and there was this one tree stump that the married people used to go and stand on, and everybody used to put their coats on the bride.
Did they like orchestrate that through the school, or did you just do it?
No, we did it like every break time.
So apparently some schools, like they did it in the school that I moved into in like year 4. Apparently in nursery they like did a little mini marriage, and I actually think that's really weird.
That's so weird.
Imagine if one day they didn't realise I was ordained, and then they went to go and get married later in their life, and they're like, "Who the fuck are you married to?" And you're like, "Well, I've never been married.
I never been married.
I've never been married. I don't know who that is."
I done promise I'd never been married. Cletus, I promise.
No, but imagine if you got married and you didn't know in nursery, and then eventually you go to get married, and you realise that you were still married to the person that they secretly married you to, and it turned out to be a millionaire, and you didn't realise it actually even made you like hand potato print a prenup.
Yeah.
Half.
Or that could be like such like a like one of those Christmas rom-coms where they go back to try and get divorced and they end up falling in love with their husband.
That's really, really nice. And the instant thought that I had was, I'm going to have a child and I'm going to make this happen, and then I'm going to make them fall in love, and then they're going to get a prenup, and then they're going to marry a billionaire, and then my adult life, I retire early. What would I have to do? If I got pregnant maybe tomorrow, then I would have the baby when I was like, what, 20? Still 26, weird. And then by the time I was like, how old do they have to be to actually like properly get married? I mean, can you legally marry nursery kids?
This is sounding a lot like an arranged marriage.
Yeah. What?
What sex are you hoping for?
I mean, if I need to have a child, hopefully it'll be
Gender.
good.
Gender.
I don't care. Boy or girl. I might change up and grow their mind. Grow up and change their mind anyway, so I'd be happy with whatever they were.
Fairs. No, we at school we used to have like the first break, they would like get engaged, and then at lunch they would get married, and then at the afternoon break there would be like a party.
That's really sweet.
Yeah, it was a day of celebration.
That's really, really sweet. Was it just like on rotation?
No, it was always the same people, and then they were like, I was always a bridesmaid or like some sort of like handmaiden.
Hey, bridesmaid's a big role at a wedding.
Yeah, I was never. Yeah, it was always my coat that was used.
For what?
For the like veil.
Oh, that's sweet. You sound absolutely like pivotal to this.
But they used to go and stand on this stump. Ow! Fuck!
Ow!
It's right on. Do you know what? I'm actually convinced that people's heads aren't round. I think they're square. Because right here, there's lines, and I can feel them, and they just go straight down instead of like out and over.
I want to ask something, but it's going to sound really cruel. But it's genuinely a question. You know, because you're dyspraxic, did you ever have to wear a helmet when you were younger?
No.
Okay. I thought maybe that might have something to do with it, and it was just a genuine question. But I do think you're right. I think I have seen pictures of skulls when they do have like lines.
I just think they look more square than round, personally.
It's weird how a human skull with cracks in it kind of looks like tectonic plates, like Pangea.
We are nature.
Did you know there was actually a country?
This bitch don't know about Pangea.
There was actually a country between Britain and I think it was like the Netherlands. It was called Doggerland, and then obviously with all the drift and stuff, it kind of disappeared. But they had mammoths. They had lifestyles.
Wow.
Lifestyles was not the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
Habitations.
Habitats.
Life
forms.
maybe. I don't know. What would you call it? Like civilization, I suppose. Still not the word I want, but it'll come back to us at some point.
Yeah. Both of us are gonna be in bed at home like in like 3 hours and be like
Yeah. It's actually such a good feeling though.
It's like getting a raven premonition.
Raven?
Oh.
You're really good at catching flies, to be fair.
Yeah, that was embarrassing.
What's a raven thing?
Do you know That's So Raven? Oh, you never watched Disney Channel, did you?
I only had 5 channels.
Yeah, I never watched it, but I've seen it like in my adult life. There's a show called That's So Raven. That's So Raven.
That's a raven.
That's So Raven and Raven.
Raven.
And Raven was a young girl who had a kind of like premonitions of things that would happen, and it was basically like a Disney Channel like sitcom. But she had premonitions of things that were to come. that were foretold and to come.
Premonitions of to come.
Oh, what is to for come? Why is both of our brains just aren't working? I think we left the brain cell at home. One of us had it.
You were supposed to be on charge, Maisie. I had that Red Bull. Clearly you didn't have anything.
Oh, Christ. How many trains do you think you'd have to get from one end of the country to the other?
I mean, if you just put enough petrol in one, you could probably get all the way.
One train?
Yeah.
Yeah, but all of the lines won't intersect.
Oh, surely they must do. Surely there must be some sort of route where you can kind of just like pivot around the country and eventually get to the top.
Oh, there must be. I once got so bored that on Google Maps I followed the Thames from the sea.
I mean, that would be quite fun to do that like in person.
Oh yeah.
That would be quite fun to do that.
Not a hikey.
Rock your body, rock your body. Come on, rock your body. Can we actually make that TikTok, please?
Yeah.